The next one's from Adamar, and the subject is mitigating risk in the ring. When wrestling and training, I'm coming across instances where risk of injury can really escalate. Stiff workers, over-ego workers, inexperienced workers. K-Dog and Disco. What were one of the two best ways you would protect yourselves in training and working? Thanks, fellas. Love the take on the Iran strike. Keep up the thought-provoking content. Number one, when you were getting hit around the head region, like kicked or something, I think you were always taught to put your hand up like in boxing where you're blocking a punch.
Right.
Like, and we were trained to do it very quickly.
Right.
So the fans don't really notice you putting your hand up to protect yourself, and the people would like kick you in the, like if they're doing a super kick, we're always taught to I'd put my hand up under my chin.
Right.
And my hand would eat the kick, and I would still take the butt, but you didn't really notice that because,
to the untrained eye, you're not looking for it.
Right. It's unbelievable how many people do not do that these days.
Bro, and there were a lot of guys, as you know, X-Pac, I remember, was one of them. Like, it was like a badge of honor. Yeah, I don't put my hands in the way. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, what if there's an accident? You're fucked, you know? So,
well,
I remember.
Let me tell you something, too.
Here's one funny. I don't know if you remember this, and I'm sure you had to notice it. Like, Jeff, he wouldn't even let you touch him, basically. Jeff Jarrett. He was taking his own bump, like, right just as you were going to hit him, he was already taking his own bump.
Yeah, that's work. You know, like that's. I mean, you're making it look real, and you're not really, subjective. I want to read you something. Our friend from the Tommy Dreamer had a tweet after the Impact show the other day.
Right.
Did you read that?
Yeah.
So let me read this, because this to me is like.
And Conan, you were there, right, for the pay-per-view?
Okay, here it is. Here, Tommy Dreamer.
Yep. Okay. So you saw these injuries.
Listen to this tweet. Listen to this tweet. Everyone at Impact Wrestling works. This was after the pay-per-view. Were you at the pay-per-view, by the way?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everyone at Impact Wrestling works so hard. Proud to share a locker with them. Hashtag hard to kill lived up to its name. Injuries. At Fulton World, shoulder. At the Ace Austin, ear. Rich Swann, broken leg.
Ugh.
Brian Cage, biceps and stitches. Moose Nation, concussion in her back. RVD, concussion. And I'm like, look at this going like, what the fuck did you guys do on that show? It's like, we don't want to work anymore? It's like, oh my God. It's like, bro, this is weird. It's like these days in wrestling, it's like this culture of like the stuff is so choreographed. Everybody's diving all the time and everything that it's like they're trying to show that like getting hurt means that it's real.
Or that you worked hard.
I mean, I just don't, I don't know. Well, maybe we were just so much more charismatic than everybody else, Conan, that we didn't have to like annihilate ourselves every match. That
I just think we're having two problems right now. One of them is that obviously the wrestlers are way more athletic, and that's across all sports.
I'm going to argue that. I'm going to argue that.
Okay, good. That can be argued, but I think they are. And the other thing is that they're taking way more risks. A lot of them unnecessary. To try, because I remember when I first met Sabu, I was like, bro, one day you're not going to be able to walk. He goes, well, I have to do something to be different. I go, yeah, bro, but you need to tone it down a little bit. But it's hard to tell a daredevil to tone it down. You can't tell, a fast horse not to run fast. You can't tell a fucking adrenaline junkie not to jump out of a plane, because that's what they do. So you've got these wrestlers that they're going out there and they're trying to outdo the other wrestlers. They're trying to get hits. We know what the deal is. And so they're taking a lot of unnecessary risk and a lot of like bumps. And, they want everybody to go, ooh, whoa, and look at him. He's got a black eye. And I think they're trying to show that there's a physicality to it, which if you're over and you kind of know what you're doing, it isn't necessary. But I do understand it at the same time, because when I broke in, I was doing anything I needed to do to get over too, including even doing extreme wrestling. When we went to ECW, we brought that ECW style to Mexico, and we were doing all sorts of crazy shit to get over with the fans. But
here's my argument.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I say when people say the wrestlers are more athletic.
Right.
Like they're not. It's like according like who. You try to like who is a better athlete today than Eddie Guerrero was? Who's a better athlete than Chris Benoit was? Who's a better athlete than Hoovy was? Who's a better athlete than
Bro,
here's the thing.
You can put Will Ospreay, you can put Phoenix, you can put a lot of those guys in that conversation. I'm just saying. That's like saying, bro, you look at basketball, you look at football, you look at, just
but here's my point.
The athleticism, there's stuff that they didn't even do back then. So how could you even compare it?
Exactly. That's my point. Everybody say there's more. Everybody always uses more athletic. It's like, no, you're just that's like trying to say that we couldn't do those things.
But you know this: if you're great, you're always going to be great. Eddie would have been great now.
Right.
Phoenix would have been great then. You know what I'm saying? If you're great,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think the athleticism of the performers is any different. They're just doing things that require more athleticism. They're just doing things that we would do.
Athletic. Right. You know, they're more athletic now, bro. And
they're not more athletic. They're trying to say they're better athletes. They're not better athletes.
That's your. Well, maybe
if these guys were better athletes, it would look like they could fight.
Wait. My bad. Maybe athletic is not the word. More acrobatic.
Acrobatic, right? Exactly. That's my thing. That's it.
My bad.
Yeah, that's the distinction I want to make. The wrestlers today are more acrobatic. That doesn't mean they're more. When they say more athletic, they're trying to make to say that this generation is better athletes than we were. Bro, they're not better athletes than Kurt Hennig. You know, it's like you watch Kurt Hennig. It's like come on. It's like the athleticism is the same. And I would say basically it's just the guys are smaller, so they could do more things that bigger guys couldn't do. You know, and that's all I would say. But acrobatic, yes. Athletic, I